My name is Jerry Connor, and I'm sitting here with my friends King and Jeff, and we're going to be talking about what kind of church does it take to reach your community. That's a big topic, and we've been talking about it a bit, but let's kind of bounce around some of those ideas. What does it take to reach your community? King, what do you think?
First of all, church planting is a risk-taking endeavor. The risk we take is to, first of all, to take a step out of our own comfort zone as a established, experienced church, experience, habits, and we come to a community which is new seekers, and they want to participate in the community building. Sure. Actually, it's not that we come to build a community. Actually, the community building is already ongoing in this, like a new immigrant community. And now we're a church. We want to come to this community. Church planting is not only for people. They're also church planting by the people.
Yeah.
And to take the risk of the welcoming, to let the seeker to take part, we take risks because they knew they are not Christian and they want to participate in the community building and this.
So you mean you're going to engage some of the non-Christians that are in the community in your church planting activity?
Yeah, we have a church activity. We are doing small group. The small group is a serving ministry and caring, and actually this is an ongoing thing in the community. Yeah. And so we're the church now. We take part in the community and with the gospel. Right. And through this process, they experience what the real community means in the sense of Christian community.
That's great, King. Jeff, what do you think?
For us, it's building relationships and just going after intentionally just becoming friends with people, not for the point of them feeling like they're projects, but for us truly loving them the way Jesus would truly love them.
Sure.
And then for us also is just kind of serving in the community. Just a quick story, when my children's school, they asked for a volunteer for a 5th grade basketball coach, and I grew up playing basketball, and so that was an intentional thing that I did to become the 5th grade basketball coach, because then all of a sudden I was learning the names and building relationships with 12 5th grade boys, but more than that, it's 12 families that we're able to talk with. And we had a big basketball banquet. One of those families has started coming to our church, and so those are the things. Just being intentional in relationship building outside of our comfort zones. That sometimes we can get so comfortable building relationships with other Christians that we stay there because it's so just natural to who we are. But God's given us more than that. He's given us a commission to go and make friends and make disciples. And so that's our goal.
Building relationships. Yeah. This really is about it.
That's it.
Church planting is it.
That's it.
You know, another thing I've discovered about church planting too is we can't do it without prayer.
No, sorry.
Yeah, we really are about a spiritual endeavor. And we have to use spiritual resources to see that happen. You know, you can have all the money that you want, you can have all the people around you that you want, but if you're not engaging in prayer and seeing God working through answering those prayers into that community, you know, you could be starting another organization for all that matter, but it's not a spiritual organization, it's not a church. You know, what else do you think, King? You said something about beginning to make some sacrifices. That was
it's true. Church planting always means sacrifice, long-term sacrifice, and the first thing we might think we sacrifice our own experience of established church lives, where we're thinking always churches like this, and we need to put it down and to step out of this long-term habit into a new kind of church planting life, And then, of course, we need to sacrifice our time and our energy and even our money and anything we have in our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
We need to put it on paper and forgot to use for just planting.
Cool. Was there any other thoughts you guys might have? What's it going to take for a church to plant in a particular community?
There's another dynamic I saw in my church planting experiences to let the new convert, new Christian to take part in the role, and even in the leadership role in small groups, because they, you know what? Sometimes people, when they become Christian longer and longer, they lost friend of the non-Christian community, and now their community, their relationship is only like any church. New Christian, they still have many unbeliever or non-believer non-Christians friends. Let them take part in the leadership.
I think that's really key.
And now we have communion of saints, old saints, new saints, and not yet saints. So they're all together, and this kind of dynamic is very
exciting.
powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful. That's cool.